deck.
All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, everyone who's joining us or perhaps watching this after the fact. This is round 5 of our season 4 play testing. We've seen a lot to go, but there's a lot more to do here. So we're going to do our best. I'm working with a particularly large deck, a taller deck than I'm normally used to. It's well over 100 cards. I didn't count before I started. Nathan was a bit more conservative, a little more streamlined. Nathan, how many did you say you have in your deck?
95.
95 all day. Not bad.
Which is, I'm a 60 card guy, so this is a little different for me.
I typically am too, but playing outside of the play testing in our casual games with Steven, I've learned that maybe I don't need to adhere to that so much as I used to.
It works most of the time. If you
the theory is sound.
If you put your deck together right, it works out pretty well.
Not always. If you have enough cards to help you dig through it to find the key ones that you really need.
I'm finding that is to be the case. The more cards you have that allow you to dig into your deck, that actually does give you a good advantage because you can just go in and get whatever card you need. So that's why Detective Manners is a staple on my teams because I need those witnesses and they never come up when I need them to. So I got to go and get them.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, a little pregame thing here. I'm not super confident in this pick of agents and my deck. We'll see how it's going to play out.
Me neither. This is just shooting from the hip and seeing what you come up with.
Yeah. We'll see. I made it witness heavy, but I don't have a lot of stuff to dig through my deck as I would like. I didn't have a chance to really analyze it and work it all out. So we'll see how it plays out. Anyway, back to the format here. Steven, you are the author. You've seen 4 play tests so far. Your thoughts?
4 very successful play tests, I might add. And we still have yet to see a lot of the cards. So hopefully some of those heretofore unseen cards will show their colors tonight, I'm hoping. But we have seen a good sampling of them thus far. And by and large, they have, performed as intended. But we've had a lot of kinks that we've worked out along the way, too. And that's been, just equally helpful. So, yeah, I think we're, with each playtest, we're getting, nearer to the, point when we can say, those that want these cards, they're here now. They are refined and, they are ready for play.
Yeah, we've had some good edits come out of this playtesting. So I feel like it's worthwhile.
Absolutely. Wouldn't feel comfortable promoting it as like, oh, hey guys, you can come and you order these now, or whatever, but not until we know we're actually giving them something, a worthwhile product.
Now, Guillaume, you've been playing it, you've been observing, you're our judge tonight. Nathan and I will be squaring off. What are your thoughts on season 4?
I think that it proved to be a really great expansion. As we talked about before, I think, well, in my mind at least, it's definitely better than some of the official expansions that we've seen. So yeah, Steven did a great work on those cards, and I think the more I see them being played, the more I'm anxious to see the whole set finally being finished and be able to play it again using the official cards. It's a great deck.
Yeah, I was putting my deck together earlier, and all these white cards. My deck tonight is a majority season 4, but there's still the white cards for play testing, so we can make edits on the fly and that sort of thing. And I see Steven posting them in the Facebook group, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. The illustrations.
I haven't done it much lately though, but I need to get back on that. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, David.
Oh, I was just saying that seeing the cards, I can't remember one that you posted earlier today, but it's been in my deck, or earlier in the week. The post was near the top of the group.
Oh, in Discord. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah.
And so,
Relatively Safe House, Senator Sorensen, and
the one with in the gulag, one of the gulag ones.
Gulag Bird.
Gulag Bird.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I've been playing those cards, or they've been played against me, and to see them in that finished form is pretty exciting. Getting a little bored with the white cards. Want to start getting these into my deck, make them canon and get to work.
Make them look pretty.
Yeah.
Just
and we gotta give a big shout out to Dax. Big shout out to Dax for the mock-ups that are going to be in the final product.
Yes,
he's just a magician.
Yeah,
he really is.
A maestro of the custom card. I was just messaging him today. I was like, I know I've got about only 30 cards left that I need to send. 30 text for 30 cards I have left to send him. But I was like, I'm sure you're eager just to have this project in the rearview mirror alongside the Scully set. He didn't answer, but I'm just like, I'm sure he no doubt concurs. Yeah, it has been a long project, that started back in December, and it's hard to believe we're, nearing like the final. I mean, at least as far as his portion of it, where, he's only got a handful of cards left that I need to send him, compared to, where we were back in January when I first started sending him the first few. It's crazy to think how far we've come.
I mean, and we're all part-timers, right? We all have lives and jobs, and this is just like for fun. So actually, and this is a big expansion too.
Yep.
This has been a great process in my mind, and pretty smooth, all things considered, for how big it is, and the time that we have to give it.
That's a good point. If we were actually doing this full time, it'd be pretty dangerous. We'd be cranking out cards left and right.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, that'd be awesome. But it's
to get paid for this, yeah.
Can you imagine?
As we work out refine our processes for this, it's gonna hopefully mean that when we work on future expansions for season 5, season 7, whatnot, we'll be well-oiled machine by then.
Yeah. All right. Shall we get
one last question that I want to get out? Stephen, you mentioned there's only about 30 cards left.
Yep. Half the bluffs and the equipment, really. Yeah. Oh, and a promo.
So this might be a corporate secret. I don't know, but how long until you think we are ready to present this for canon?
Oh gosh. Wait, when you say canon, what do you mean by that?
Well, I just mean like tell people, hey, these cards are ready to play. We invite you to put them in your deck.
I don't feel comfortable yet putting a timestamp on that. A couple of months at least. I mean, we've got a few more 30 more cards to get drafted or crafted by Dax, and then we got to play test more. This is the 5th one, and we have seen a good chunk of the cards revealed, but I think we're due for a few more, at least a few more.
So in putting this deck together, my goal was kind of to get some of those cards we haven't played yet circulating. So it's probably not as tight of a deck as I would normally put together, but I think it's also important that we start seeing some of the other stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, even if it's we got to play one game, guys. We need to do a play test for the killer cards. Come on. We got to do that. Granted, they should work as intended, but like I said, play test every card at least once.
I almost wound up with killer cards in here again. Inadvertently. So I'm ready to go for the killer play test.
Maybe we should schedule that for next week.
Yeah, I'd be down.
All right.
I'll defer to let somebody else play. That'll be 2 weeks in a row for me. So
that's true. I know David's going to be down for the killer card game for sure. Not a question about it. Just a question of who's his opponent going to be.
I've been impatiently waiting. for a killer card game.
All right. Well, I think you're going to get your wish next weekend, David, as long as
So,
you're available. It is
always
4th of
available.
July weekend next weekend, isn't it? So I don't know if that
Yeah.
impacts your guys' schedule or not. Granted, it's on a Monday.
July 4th.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
It's just another reason for a mattress sale.
Yeah, true.
We're playing X-Files.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, July 2nd, but I mean, I know everyone's got like weekend stuff going on, but yeah, we'll see. You know, we can talk about that after the game, though. I know people, anyone who is watching is like, when are these guys going to start?
bored. Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of format, very quickly, I go through this every time, but just in case someone isn't watching these in order, we are playing with advanced rules. Cards that are allowed are the Premier, Truth is Out There. Help me out. What's the Mulder set?
10-13.
10-13. Those are all available. Promos. We did sneak a Scully card in there last week, I think. So that works too. Promos and that sort of thing, as well as the season 4 cards. Now you may recognize, again, our esteemed author, Stephen, worked very hard to make sure that these cards integrate with the previously published cards. So you'll see a mix of cards that are already published and these white cards. Those are the season 4 play testing. You'll see those mixed in. And as we play those cards, we'll read them aloud.
Or yellow in the case of my agents.
Or a nice shade of yellow there.
I like how your card, like your printouts match your sleeves. It's just going for a whole yellow. That is yellow, right? Or is that orange?
The sleeves are orange. The cards are yellow.
Okay,
Yeah.
they look. The ones in the
They
middle
look similar.
Pretty yellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
All right. And did I forget anything, gentlemen?
Nope. I think you just got to introduce your agents, and then I think you're all set, gentlemen.
Okay. Well, Stephen and Guillaume will be our judges, and Stephen is on hand to interpret any cards that have any questions, any season 4 cards that have any questions. Gentlemen, I'm going to send you the back. Nathan and I will introduce our teams and flip the coin and get started.
Have a good game.
Godspeed.
All right, Nathan, you've chosen your X file. We both have our hands already drawn. I happen to have a token right here with an X on the top that will represent heads. And then the back here will represent tails. You want to call it in the air?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, it's up.
Heads.
Oh, it's tails. As per the usual, I'm very curious about your deck, so I'm going to defer to you to start.
All right. So I'll introduce my agents here. I've got 1 Premier, 1 10-13, and 3 new season 4 agents. So the first one is Bill Patterson here. He's got a pretty well-rounded set of skills, a little bit of everything. And his ability is he can attack an opposing team of agents. So that's pretty wild. From Premier, it's Lieutenant Tillman. He is a continual resource generator for equipment and combat cards. And he's pretty well-rounded too. He's got criminal investigation, evidence collection as his main ones. But I really want to focus on our season 4 agents. The first one is Agent Heaton, who is primarily a computer guy. He also has evidence collection and a few other skills. He we'll deal with the field office crime lab thing later because we're not exactly sure what that entails, but he has access to it. So for purposes of our game, that won't come into play. But he gets a token, and you can remove the token to draw one. I think we mean search the deck for, right? Evidence or evidence collection card. Yeah, from your bureau deck and add it to your hand. So he can go fetch an evidence or evidence collection card by using his token. This is Detective Hudak. His primary ones are behavioral and criminal investigation. He gives you, now we've changed the wording from this a little bit, but he gives you 1 resource point back when he investigates a monosite And he also increases the cost of witnesses at monocytes by 1. So a little bit of a mixed bag for him. And then we've got Deputy Barney Pastor, who is mostly evidence collection and subterfuge, criminal investigation. He gets a token. You can take that off during the requisition phase to search your bureau deck for a keyword weapon or armor card and attach it to him at half cost. And that's my agent team.
All right, that's my agents. We get started. First is Agent Nancy Spiller. Her effect is place 1 resource token on this card. This may be used to pay for any keyword computer or science. If you use this token, replace it during your briefing phase. Next, everybody knows Agent Dana Scully here. Her effect, place 3 tokens on this card, discard a token to examine any 1 bluff card, place the bluff card back on the site when you're finished. And then for my season 4, this has been a personal favorite of mine, Agent Kautz. Just a quick reminder here, the game effect, if Agent Kautz is in the bureau, he may contribute to any evidence collection, skill check that is occurring in another section of the table, like that one. And finally, Mike Millar. Treat Mike Millar as a resource 2 if he is in the field. If agent, or not agent, well, yeah, I guess. If Mike Millar is in the same team as Mulder or Scully, he gains +1 to alien investigation and observation skills. All right, Nathan, you're going first.
All right. So I will draw my card for the turn. We're going to generate res here. So I've got 1 from Pastor, 1 from Hudak, 1 from Heaton, and 1 from Tillman for 4, and then 2 from Patterson for a total of 6. So we're going to go to 11, and I will spend 1 to draw 1 card right away. Now it's up to you, David.
All right. I'm going to sell some equipment. This is cloth hearts for the benefit of our observers here. Place 2 tokens of this. Place 2 tokens on this card. Remove a token to take any witness from your discard pile that modifies a skill check and immediately use it as no cost. Discard this card when both tokens have been removed. I have a feeling I'm going to regret losing that, but I've still got another one in my deck. That is worth 4. That'll take me up to 9. And then I am going to purchase 2 cards, which takes me down to 7. And then I will turn back to you.
All right. Give me 1 second while I look up. Actually, I don't think we have. I have a card in here that I could not find the playtest copy for. So I actually need to look in our OneDrive quick and see what exactly this card does. This is the making sausage part of playtesting here. And I'll have this up in just a second. We can get back.
Anyone who's been watching the playtests or familiar with how it goes, this is what happens when you play test. We're reading the cards and not learning them for the first time necessarily, but still familiarizing ourselves with them and making sure we get it right. So we'll get some dead air more than a few times during the course of the meeting here.
Okay.
Feeling good?
All good. Let me get back to my game screen here. Okay. So let's see. We're going to go to no healing requisition. I think I'm going to burn Barney Pastor's token and search my deck for a keyword weapon or armor equipment card and attach it at half cost to him. And that is going to be the SWAT tactical gear that he's going to get. And that's going to cost me 3 to attach it to him. And I'll read that SWAT tactical gear to you while I shuffle. So that is going to add 1 to the agent's long range, close range combat. And it's also basically a Kevlar vest. It gets 3 tokens, and you can remove a token to prevent 1 point of damage. You have to discard the tactical gear when all the tokens have been removed. All right. And I think that's, let's see. So that's going to cost me 3 to equip. I'm actually going to use Tillman's token to pay for one of those. And he's going to get that back during my briefing phase. So it's actually going to cost me 2. So I go down to 8 resource points. And Deputy Pastor has a SWAT tactical gear. Now here's an obscure rule question that we've never come across before. At what point can I exchange, maybe the judges know it offhand, otherwise we can look it up, but at what point can I hand equipment off to other agents?
Yeah, you can do it during requisition, but they have to be in the same portion of the table.
Okay. So I can equip that and hand it off to Patterson right away during the requisition phase.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's go. All right, so Patterson is going to get the SWAT tactical gear then. I'm going to put tokens on it for his Kevlar vest effect. So he's going to have effectively the Kevlar vest, and then his long range is 3, close range is 4. Let's see. Deployment, I will send everybody to the field. And for a case assignment, I'm going to play Moscow Studio. That's going to cost me 2. So I'll go down to 6. It's a behavioral and method question.
Okay. Now it's at this point that I wish I had included Mulligan in my deck. I have nothing to stop you. No bluffs.
Okay, so we'll investigate. I will get 1 resource point back because it's a monocyte from Hudak, so I'll go up to 7 there. And my total behavioral there is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. And so it's a method question. Let's just start off with violence right away. Is your method violence?
I'm sorry, is my method violence?
Yeah.
It is not.
Okay. I can take care of that during your turn. Okay. And that'll end my turn. And I'm going to have to discard a card because I have 8 cards.
Okay. I also have 8. So I will discard an adversary, Leonard Betts.
I'm also going to discard an adversary. It's Squeeze.
Ooh. Oldie but a goodie.
Yeah. Back to you, my friend.
All right. Begin by drawing for turn. Good. Oh, and then resource. I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to make 10 total. And I'm going to draw 2. Very nice. And I will turn to you for selling and buying.
Okay, I think I will. Give me 1 second here. No sales and I'll go down to 4 conspiracy to buy 1 card.
Okay. All done?
All done.
All right. So no healing, no requisition. So I'll move to deployment. And I am going to oh my goodness. Here's that dead air I was talking about where it's just refamiliarizing myself with everything here.
Happens to everyone in playtest mode.
Indeed. So I'm going to deploy Nancy Spiller, Mike Millar, and Agent Scully. To the field.
Remind me of Scully's ability. Is that she can look at bluffs or something?
Yes, 3 tokens on the card. Discard a token to examine any one bluff card. Place bluff card back on the site after
Okay.
examining. And moving along to case assignment, I am going to play Demolition Site in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is a Sciences 4+ skill check. And you may ask 1 method question that costs 2. So I'll bring it down to 2.
All right. Now I'm going to drop a couple bluffs on there.
Okay.
2 of them.
2 of them. All right, I'm going to.
Give me 1 second. My apologies.
All right.
Crazy dog.
I moved my agents up here. I'm going to assign all three, Scully, Milar, and Spiller, to this site.
Okay.
And so you said 2?
2 bluffs, yep.
Curiosity's gotten the best of me. I'm going to burn 2 tokens to see what those bluffs are.
All right. So both of them are adding to my resource pool.
Okay.
So one is nasty surprises. Pay 3 to add 5. It's actually pay 2 to add 5 because I used it as a bluff. And then I didn't have the playtest card for this one, so you can see I just wrote the title. It's the death card. What it does is cost 2 and gets me 4.
Gotcha.
So it costs 1 because it's a bluff. So I think I'm adding a total of 6 conspiracy net if both of them work. 3 each.
Okay, so I have a lot of cards in my hand, so I'm going to take advantage of this time to play a couple so I don't have to discard them because I like them so much. One is Aura Photography. If the team makes a Sciences 4+ skill check, add 5 tokens to the resource pool. That costs 1, so I'll take 1 down. Did you have anything to negate that?
What are its keywords?
Keywords are event, sciences, and evidence. And just so you know, the sciences skill check is 4 more. I've got 3, 5, a total of 7 for that skill check.
Nope, that works.
Okay, then I've already taken 1 off, so I'll add my 5 back. Like that. And I'm still.
So this is all pre-bluff, right? Before we deal with the bluffs. Okay.
Correct, yeah. And while I'm flush with resource, I'm going to play Corner Glenna for 3. She is a witness and resource. Place 3 tokens on this card. Remove a token to add 2 to one team's medical skill check. Discard the resource when all tokens have been removed. So I'm just getting that out on the field. It doesn't change the skill check or anything.
Sounds good.
And with that having been said, let's play those bluffs.
Okay. So both of them go through?
Yes.
Okay. So the net effect is I just add 6 to my conspiracy pool, which was going to put me up to 10. And then I'm going to use 1, go down to 9 to play an event. Well, before I do that, let me ask this. Can you tell me your agent's long range, close range, and health at the site?
Individually or total?
Individually is good.
Okay. Dana Scully is long range 3, close range 2, and health is 4. Mike Milar, I hope someone will correct me if I'm saying that wrong. Long range combat is 1, close range is 1, health is 4. And then Nancy Spiller, long range is 1, close range is 1, health is 3.
Okay. So yeah, I'll spend 1 to play Exhumation. Select 1 adversary card in my discard pile. and put it in my hand. And I will go get Mr. Squeeze back. And I will tick down to 6 because it's a method site, right?
Correct.
Tick down to 6 to play Squeeze there.
And what are his skills?
So his keyword's adversary, evolutionary creature. Long range combat is skipped. He has 3 close range combat, 5 health.
I have nothing to stop him. Let's do this.
All right. So I believe if you have 5 close range combat, right? Or do you have 4?
Close range. Let me recount here to. I've got 4.
Okay. So that's not going to be enough to kill him, but he is going to be able to take out Spiller with his 3 close range combat.
Okay.
And then second round, you're going to kill Squeeze, but I'm going to be able to deal 3 to Scully before he bites the big one.
Yeah, nothing to stop that.
And then we're gonna go for it and use Agent Patterson's ability right off the bat.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to refresh my memory.
Yeah, so once per game, he can attack a team investigating a site as if he were an adversary with the appropriate activators. If a card is played that negates him, he is placed back into his controller's field. If he is reduced to 0 health, he's removed from the game.
You're coming out strong. Well, I have nothing to stop it. I assume you're going for Dana Scully.
Yeah, so he's got long range combat of 3. Yeah, so we'll deal that to Scully and put her in the hospital, and then they're going to deal. What's the long range combat on your 2 agents?
Long range is 3 and 1, so 4 all day.
Okay, so I'm going to wipe out the. Yeah, I'm going to wipe out the SWAT tactical gear, and it's 3 tokens. And then he's going to take 1 point of excess damage. And we're going to go into the second round of combat here. Millar's going to deal him another 1. And his close range combat is 3. And then our final round of close range, he's going to put Millar in the hospital, and Millar is going to deal 1 to him.
Wow.
Now, the good news is that was his 1 attack this game. And basically, this deck is built around its ability. So,
Well, a well-played strategy there for sure. But why couldn't you just put someone in the gulag or something? I'm prepared for that. All right, yeah, you can see I've already done the tokens and everything. I've got nothing to stop any of that, so there's nobody left to check out the demolition site.
Was that a sciences skill check?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. I was, in theory, at least, if your witness was sciences, you could remove the tokens to still satisfy the skill check, right? Theoretically.
but it's for medical, and it would
No, I
only.
know. I'm just asking if it was sciences instead, could you just remove tokens and complete the site even though you don't have agents there anymore?
I don't think that it would apply anymore.
No.
'Cause
Okay. I don't need an answer from the judges because it's hypothetical, but we can.
Yeah,
I'm just curious.
it's remove a token to add 2 to one team's medical skill check, but there's no team there, so I got nothing.
Gotcha.
So all I can do is just sit and watch. 1, 2, 3. I have 7 cards, so no discard.
And I'm at 5 right now.
All right, then we'll turn to you.
Okay, so briefing, I'll draw my card. Generate res, which is going to be 6. So that'll put me at 13. An ominous number. Tillman will get his token back. Let's see. I'll go down to 10 resource to draw 3 cards.
Okay.
And then pass it off to you.
I'm going to sell a jailbreak and place an agent in the section of the table designated the gulag. The imprisoned agent is immediately removed, or excuse me, immediately moved to the bureau undamaged. And that is worth 2, so I'll bring it up to 2. And then I'm going to buy 2. And I will turn back to you.
Okay. So we're in healing phase, no healing, requisition. Requisition. I'll spend 3. Oh no, I won't do that. Requisition, I'll spend 5. And equip Agent Patterson with the alien stiletto. All right, and then deployment, I'm actually going to back to the bureau. And I'll leave those 4 in the field. I will pay 2. So I'm moving to case assignment. I'll pay 2, go down to 3 resource to play Newark, New Jersey. It's evidence collection and method.
I have no blocks.
Okay. So then I will send all 4 to investigate. So it's evidence collection 4, and I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there right now.
Okay. I don't have any cards to stop you, so you have a clear path to asking your question.
All right, so it's a method question. This time I will go with, is your method threats?
It is not.
Okay. And I think that is, I think that's it for my turn.
Okay.
And I have 7 cards.
I have 8. I'm gonna hate myself for this, but I will discard Biohazard Suit. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Steven is even shaking his head. He knows I'm gonna hate myself in the morning for that, but I gotta do what I gotta do. These other cards are too good.
They're too good.
Too good.
That's all you, my friend.
All right, then I'll draw for turn. And generate res. I only have one agent that's capable of generating res, so I'll take that 1 right there. And I'll just buy 1 for good luck and turn to you.
I have no sells or purchases.
Very well then. Move to the healing phase. Now I've got 2 agents that have a permanent health of 4 or more, so they heal 2 apiece. That's Agent Scully and Mike Millar. And then 1 for Nancy Spiller. Mixing the tokens. Nope, mix the tokens. There we go. And moving to deployment. Since I checked this, but I'll look to the judges to give me a nod, yes or no. I'm going to redeploy Mike Millar and Agent Scully to the field, even though they're not fully healed.
Living dangerously, my friend.
What's the worst that could happen? And then moving to case assignment. I'm going to play Mount Avalon, Washington. That is a sciences 4 or more. You may ask 1 method question that costs 2, down to 5. Any bluffs?
Yeah, I'm gonna put 1 bluff on there.
Okay. I'm going to deploy both agents, and I'm going to use that token, that last token on. Guillaume has something he wants to add here. We'll bring in our judges.
Yeah, David. So Scully has a health of 4. Is that correct?
Correct.
And she has 2 damage tokens on her still.
Yeah.
So it says that only agents with the current health of 3 or higher after the healing phase can leave the hospital.
Oh, so I took him out prematurely then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Scully anyway, but yeah, because Mike only has 4. But yeah, Scully had 5, right?
4.
No,
Well, no, they
that's why I
would
take
both
the.
have had 4.
Yeah.
What's that?
They would both have had 4.
So
They
if
both got
one,
max damage last turn, so they would both have 4 on.
Their permanent health is 4.
correct.
And then heal 2 this turn, so they
Yeah.
would both be 2 right now.
Okay, so I took him out
You
a
don't,
little too early.
Steven, you don't look convinced.
Oh wait, I was like, so Scully has a permanent health of 4.
Yeah, I was
Correct.
surprised. That's why I checked. And yeah.
Really? I was like, I thought she was 5. Okay.
She really could be 5 for the amount of time she gets kidnapped.
Right? Okay.
Sure,
No,
indeed, no.
I'm taking it back because I would have staked my life on her having a health of 5. So, all right, yeah, no, yeah. Well,
Okay,
yeah, sorry,
so should we rewind then?
yeah, go for it.
Yes,
Because I think you
yeah.
probably are not going to play that site, right?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Will
Yeah,
not play that site. No. I don't remember. Did I pay for it already?
Thank you.
You should have, I think, 8.
Yeah, because you had 7 when you got your so you did pay for it.
Okay, so I'll add 2 back. Puts
So
me
you
at
should
7.
have 8, right, David?
Should be 7 because
7.
he bought
Okay.
the card.
Oh, that's right. Gotcha.
Oh no, wait! It should be 8.
Sorry, not your round. I'm sorry, my friend.
I forgot to
Hopefully, you have a
clarify.
better round coming up.
Okay,
I feel bad for massacring your entire agent team, so you can get the
Don't
extra
feel
resume.
bad. That was a great combo. That worked really well.
Hey, Guillaume, did you get any post-traumatic stress from seeing Squeeze again?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did. I used Squeeze, and I sent 2 of Guillaume's agents to the hospital, and I seriously injured a 3rd, all with Squeeze in our last
Wow.
game. And how did I do that, you ask? I used a combat card.
Oh.
Yeah, 1 well-placed combat card and 3 of 2.5 agents or
Yep.
a lot with that little adversary. So yeah, I was just wondering if Guillaume was shuddering over not.
Oh yeah, I did hear the music from that episode in my head.
Like you said, David, he's cheap but effective.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Thank you, judges. We'll get back to play.
Carry on.
All right. So rewinding back to healing, that's all done. No requisition and deployment. I'm just going to leave everybody where they're at. Yeah. So no site to play. So we'll move right to debriefing.
And I've got 7.
I counted on being able to play something, so I'm going to have to lose a card here. I'll discard Relentless Pursuit.
Okay.
And turn to you.
So let's see here. I will draw my card for the turn, and then I'm going to play Happy Birthday to double Patterson's res, and I get to requisition an equipment card to him at no cost. It's going to be a Kevlar vest. And that's going to get 3 tokens out. So his res gets doubled to 4, and I've got 4 up here for a total of 8, and that's going to put me at 11. And I'm going to draw three and go down to 8. Nothing good, I'll tell you that.
Oh. My turn to sell and buy?
Yeah.
Okay, I will sell Dr. Larry Steen. Because this is a season 4, I'll read it aloud for our viewers. Adds 3 to one team's medical or 1 to one team's sciences skill check. Alternately, you may play this card to heal any one agent damaged by the effects of El Chupacabra.
Nice.
The cost is 4. So I'll add 4. And then I'm going to buy 1. And then before I turn it back, I'm going to play Rejuvenating Caves for 2. Play this card next to your X file you have chosen. Place 10 tokens on this card. Beginning on your opponent's next turn, you may take up to 2 tokens from this card and place them in your conspiracy pool. The tokens become conspiracy tokens. When all counters have been removed, discard this card. Okay. And back to you, sir.
All right. Healing, no. Requisition, no. Deployment, we'll send Patterson back to the field. And then I'll spend 2 and go down to 6 resource to play Father McHugh. Play on 1 agent in the field. It's going to be Patterson. He has the keyword believer, so he immediately heals 2 points of damage. All other agents would heal 1 point of damage, and then Mulder and Scully have a special thing where they switch their believer and skeptic traits. So for our purposes, he's going to heal 2 damage off. And case assignment, unfortunately, I have no sites. So we're going to go right to debriefing, and I have 8 cards. I'm going to discard Energy Strike. And it's all you, David.
I have 7, so no discard. So I will begin. I'll draw for turn. And then generate res. I only get 1, so I'll add that there.
I'm an idiot. I could have used Heaton's token to go get a site.
It's always next turn.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to save my res. I'm not going to buy anything. So turn to you for conspiracy.
I'm going to sell 1 card, semi-jacketed hollow points for 2. And I'll just draw one card. So I'm at 7 conspiracy right now.
Okay.
All you?
Yep. All right, healing. Dana Scully heals 2. Mike Millar heals 2. Agent Spiller heals 1. Deployment, I'll move Millar and Scully out to the field. I'm also going to move Agent House to the field. And that will end deployment. Case
Coming out of his little hidey hole, is he?
Yeah. I got some catching up to do here. So I'm going to play Mount Avalon, Washington. That's sciences 4 or more, and a method question. That costs 2, so I'll take it down to 2.
No bluffs.
Oh, no bluffs, okay. Just as an insurance. I'm going to play maintaining deniability. That is, for the remainder of this turn, your opponent may only play keyword government cards. It's an event.
Well, let me save you some time. I got none. So.
You know what? That's money well spent.
Yeah.
Feel good about that. All right. Did you already say bluffs? No bluffs?
No bluffs.
Okay, then I will deploy all 3 agents to the site. Anything you'd like to play?
Ask your question.
Outstanding. This is method. So, is your method subterfuge?
All right, let's find out what my X file is. My method is not subterfuge.
All right. I was hoping for an early win there. All right, that completes the site. I only have 6, so no discard.
All right. And I think I have 7. So we're good.
All right, then turn to you to start your.
All right. I will draw. Generate res, it's going to be 6. I'll go up to 12. And I'll spend 3 and go down to 9 to draw 3. All you.
I'll sell laptop computer for 4. And then I'm going to use 2 tokens for rejuvenating caves. For a total of 14. And I'm going to buy 3. And I'll turn back to you.
All right, let's see what I want to do here.
I realize now I have a card in here that is not properly sleeved, so I'm going to very quickly just grab one here.
Okay, so healing none, no requisition. Deployment, they're all going to stay in the field. And case assignment, I'm going to spend 4, go down to 5 resource points to play Broad Street, Philadelphia, which is a criminal investigation, 4+ and method site, and Abandoned Bus Terminal, Massachusetts, which is a criminal investigation 4 and affiliation site.
No bluffs.
Okay. So let's see. Form up some new agent teams here. We'll do Pastor, Heaton, Tillman going to Broad Street, and Patterson and Hudak going to the abandoned bus terminal. So let's do the bus terminal first. I'm going to get a resource point there from Hudak. And it's criminal investigation 4. I have 5 at the site currently.
I do not have anything to stop you. This turn is gold for you, sir.
Okay. So it's a affiliation question, and that's an easy one. We're going to do, is your affiliation alien?
It is not.
Oh, man. Okay. So resolve that. And then, let's see. All right, so we'll move on to Broad Street. It's a 4-up method. And I currently have 5 there for criminal investigation.
Nothing to stop you, though. Right ahead.
Okay, so that is another method question. And let me see what I'm working with here. Who's your method? Well, give me 1 second. Is your method subterfuge?
It is not.
Wow. I just cannot get an answer here. Okay. All right, we'll go to debrief. I drew entirely too many cards, so I'm going to need to discard here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 9. 9 in my hand. So we'll do.
So I have I'm going to discard my second copy of Dr. Larry Steen there.
All right, I'm going to discard Flaming Wall and First Aid, some combat cards. And it's all you, my friend.
Okay, I'll draw for turn. All right, draw for, or excuse me, draw for and now res. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Takes me up to 7. I'm not going to buy any. So you.
All right, so I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell a White Buffalo for 4. And that'll put me at 11. And then I'm going to draw 2 cards. So that'll put me at 9 conspiracy.
All good?
All good?
All right, then we'll go to healing phase and I'll heal the final token off of Agent Spiller. For deployment, I will move Agent Spiller to the field. And then, case assignment, I'm going to play 2 sites. First is Chinatown, San Francisco. That is Medical 4 and asks a result question. And the second site, Genetics Clinic in Marin County, California. That is a Medical 4 and affiliation question.
Okay. So those 2 are medical and sciences. Did I hear that right?
They're both medical.
Both medical. Okay. Can you tell me your agent's computer, medical, and science skills?
Agent Cost, just starting from the left in no particular order. Computer is 1, science is 2, and no medical. Mike Millar, computer is 3, science is 2, no medical. Agent Scully, medical is 4, no computer, and science is 3. Agent Spiller, computer is 1. Medical is 3. I'm sorry, science is 2.
Okay. Sounds good. I do not have any bluffs.
Okay. Then I will move Scully and Millar to Chinatown and Spiller and Kautz to the genetics clinic.
Okay. So which one do you want to tackle first?
Again, just starting from the left, let's do a Chinatown Medical 4. I've got Dana Scully with Medical 4. And that's it for that one. And then, yeah, that's that one.
So who's at that side? Scully and
Millar. Mike Millar.
Did Spiller have computer skill? I can't remember.
Spiller has computer 1.
Okay. So I'm going to pay 6, go down to 3 to play a living machine at the Scully Millar site. Conspiracy and computer activators. Oh wait, although do I need a computer keyword to play that?
Yeah.
Or is it just okay? Okay.
So this one is site, mono, result, and medical.
I screwed this up. I screwed this up so badly. Here's what I'll do. So I'll pay the 6. I'm going to put this on, I'm going to play Eddie Van Blunt, who has NA everything. I'm guessing that means there's no combat, although Steven can fill us in. Because usually these cards say if there's no combat, there's no combat. Does not initiate combat. But anyway, place this card beneath an opposing agent, your choice. I'll choose Miller. Or wait, this is a medical skill check?
Correct.
Yeah, okay, I'll choose Scully then.
Okay.
Place this card beneath an opposing agent, your choice. Place 2 tokens on the agent. Remove a token during each of your opponent's debriefing phases. While in play, the agent's skills become -1. All equipment cards are discarded. During your opponent's turn, I can deploy Scully as desired and contribute negatively to a team's skill checks. Discard this card when the last token is removed.
Okay.
So I think she's going to, and Steven, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she's going to give her medical skill is going to be -1, which is going to put her at 3, right?
Or does it change her skill to -1? Yeah, I'm going to bring Steven in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's -1, guys. Yeah, so you are going to be a little short on that site, David. And when I say a little short, I mean because she's the only one contributing to that. So,
I see.
yeah,
so it's not -1 to her existing skills. They all just become negative. Okay.
-1 across the board, except for health. And the reason it doesn't initiate combat, it came down to space. It was in there originally, the first sentence, but came down to space. I'm like, you know what? The NAs will have to speak for themselves on that one.
Yeah. It's possible we can condense this a little bit, but we'll worry
Yeah,
about that
maybe.
later.
Yeah.
So, okay, so she's gonna all of her skills except health are -1.
So, question while the judges are still here, I've got Corner Glenna, where if I spend a token, I add 2 to my team's medical skill check.
Yeah, 2. But you still a little short though.
But if I use all 3 tokens, that adds 6.
Yeah,
So
the card
would that
doesn't
make
say
the
once
skill
per
check
turn,
5?
so you could do it. Yeah, you
Right,
could
then-
discard 2, and that will get you for that. Yeah.
If I discard 2, I'll only be at 3, right?
Does she add 1 or 2? I thought she had.
Scully is a -1 to his.
Oh, I forgot.
skill
Yeah,
check, so.
1. My bad. Yep. Still.
Yeah, I think
oh,
you
yeah,
would need to burn them all, but
Yeah, I would need to pay all 3 to do
Yeah,
it.
because like I said,
Sounds
the
like
card
you can
doesn't
do
say
that,
once
so.
per turn. So yes, you can do it. Perfectly legal.
It's legal, so I'm going to do it. Judges, anything else?
No, carry on.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, don't forget to remove the token for Van Blunt at the at the debriefing phase, because yeah, you're gonna go through this rest of this round and your next one with Van Blunt on your back.
I'll put Van Blunt up here to remind us too.
All right, Godspeed, David.
All right. And I have 3 tokens on Scully. I thought I'd spent all 3 of those, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I'm going to just remove those now.
Cheating. That's how it happened. Cheating.
No. So I will use all 3 tokens to get my medical skill back up to 5 using Corner Glenna.
Okay, so ask away.
All right. Result question. Is your result death?
It is not.
That dramatic pause made me think I had struck gold there.
Well, these cards, so the cards are printed very darkly, and the text is very small. It's hard to read them sometimes. Sometimes it feels like those X-Files cards, the actual X-Files themselves are just like black. Just dark, shadowy things.
Yeah, black. It's black on black printing there. All right, whittling it down. So that takes care of Chinatown and Corner Glenna. And because I just can't have disorderly things here, I'll just fix my deck very quickly. And moving on to the second team.
Yep, you're gonna get that one too.
Pardon me?
You're gonna get that one too.
Okay, then we'll just skip the formalities and I'll go right to the affiliation question. Is your affiliation primordial?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Do that. Move these guys all back here to the back. I have 6 cards, so no discard.
And I'm sitting on 7 right now.
All right, then I'll turn to you.
Okay, so draw my card for the turn. I'm going to generate 6 res and go up to 12. And let's tick down to 9 and draw 3 cards.
Okay. My turn to sell and buy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll sell Jailbreak for 2. And then I will buy 2. And back to you, sir. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to do Rejuvenating Caves
All right.
to get 2 conspiracy.
I just took a token off Van Blunt from your debriefing. So.
Sure.
Were you all set, David, or are you still?
Yes, back to you. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, so no healing or requisition. I'm going to pay 2, go down to 7 to play Aubrey, Behavioral 4+, and Motive Sight. And then I'm also going to use Hedon's token. Go get a evidence or evidence collection keyword card for my bureau deck. It's going to be a sight. I'm going to get Olympic National Forest, Washington, evidence collection 4 and result. And I'm going to pay 2 to play that as well and go down to 5.
Okay.
And then shuffle this up.
I'm sorry. What were the prerequisites for each site? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I've got Aubrey, which is behavioral, 4+, and a motive question, and I've got Olympic National Forest, which is evidence collection and result.
Okay. I have 1 bluff. I'm going to put it on the results side.
Okay. And I'll pay 2 and go down to 3 and well, no, oops. I don't have to do that yet. Sorry, we're still at 5. Okay. So teams, let's go. Let's go Patterson and Hudak at Aubrey. And Tillman, Hedon, Pastor at Olympic National Forest.
Okay, and which one do you first?
Let's do the evidence collection and result site, the one which is the one with the bluff on it.
Okay. Did I see you were going to Langley or anything?
Well, I'm going to take a look at it before.
Oh, all right. It's a true bluff. True bluff.
Ah, okay.
So I don't have anything to play on that side to stop you. You can go ahead and ask your question.
All right, so it's evidence collection 4. I should have 6 here. Yeah. So it's a result question. Is your result physiological?
It is not.
Oh, wow. Okay. Hold up. I might want to take a shot here. Nope, still too many. Okay. Get rid of that. And then let's go to Aubrey. It's behavioral, which I have 5 right now. It's 4 plus, and a motive question.
I have nothing to say.
Okay. So motive, is your motive control?
No.
Wow, I've really done this the hard way. I'm going to take a guess on this one.
Go for it.
Is your X file Arthur Grable?
It is not.
Oh, had a 50-50 chance there and missed it. Okay, so I need to discard a bunch of cards. Let's see here. I need to discard 10 cards. Or, I'm sorry, I have 10 cards. Need to discard.
I was going to say, when did that happen?
So let's do that.
And this never seems to stick in my mind about the penalty question. I can ask either the characteristic or guess your X file. Yes, I'm getting thumbs up from
I think so.
our judges there. And refresh my memory. What was the characteristic question?
It was you get to ask me a motive.
Motive.
Yeah.
Okay, I will ask that motive. There's still too many to try and stab in the dark here. Is your motive survival?
It is not survival. All right, so I'm still in discard here. Let's see it. All right, so I'm discarding a Mostow Sketches, a Sneak Attack, and a Langley. And passing it on to you, my friend.
All right. I'll draw for turn. All right, generate res. I've got 2, 3, 4. Mike Villar does 2, so I got 2, 4, 5, 6 res. Take me up to 13.
Can I ask, does Scully's res become -1 too?
Oh, I'm getting a yes from Stephen and a no from Guillaume. So let's take a look at this.
Okay, creative dispute.
Well, you said -2, -1. I think that's.
I'm sorry. What was
What's
your
that,
answer?
Guillaume?
No, I was thinking that it says the agent skills, and to me, res is not a skill, so that -1.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's not a skill. Yeah, he's right. Sorry,
Okay.
my bad. My bad. It's like everything, but yeah, health and res. Yep. Res
Pretty
is not a
sneaky,
skill.
sis.
It is a resource. Yep. He's
All
right.
Thank you.
My
Sounds
mistake on
good.
that. Yep.
So you get your res from Scully at least.
Yeah. I think this is the most res and conspiracy I've ever had in the history of this game. So that's my res, and I am going to draw 2. And turn to you for selling and buying.
Yeah, so I'm going to sell the shotgun
Mm-hmm.
and go up to 9 conspiracy. And let's see, do I want to buy anything? No buys.
All right. No healing and no requisition. So give me just a moment here. These cards are forcing me to think. It's very difficult for me, very difficult.
I hear that.
All right. For case assignment, I'm going to play Monongahela, sure, Medical Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It is a medical 5 or evidence collection 5, and the question is either motive or method. And that costs 1, so I'll take 1 off of there.
Yeah, I have no bluffs.
Okay. Then I will move Millar, Kautz, and Spiller to the site. We're going to go medical of 5 or more. And I have, oh, you know what? Can I just reverse myself? Millar doesn't have really any use at that site. So I'd like to bring him back if you're not opposed to that.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Agent Kautz and Spiller. The site is medical 5 or more. Yeah, Kautz doesn't really have anything to do there either. Spiller has 3. Anything you want to do before?
So it's medical 5.
Yeah.
And how much do you have there right now?
3 now, but my friend Victor Klemper is going to join the team there for 3.
Solid.
Yeah.
What does he do?
He adds 3 to one team's medical or 2 to a team's science skill check. If your opponent plays a government adversary while this card is in play, what does this say? The Victor Kempler card is negated and removed from the game.
And what are his keywords out of curiosity?
Witness, medical, and sciences.
Couldn't throw a negate keyword in there for me, huh?
Not
Curses.
this time. Sorry, boss.
Okay. So I'm gonna pay 4 and go down to 5 conspiracy and play psychotic attacks there.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad.
It's probably not good. So it's just an adversary. Long range combat 3, close range 2, health 5. He can split damage from the long range combat round among the opposing agents.
Okay. My long range is 2 and 1, so I've got 3.
Okay, and then what is Spiller's health is 3. What's the other agent's health?
Couts is 4.
Okay, so we'll deal 3 to Spiller. And I'll get 3 damage on the psychotic. And then I'm going to spend 1 and go down to 4 to play Lula Phillips. So play this card after an adversary sends an agent to the hospital or removes him from the game. Place 5 tokens in my conspiracy pool, which is going to put me up at 9 conspiracy.
Never saw that card until a week ago, and now I'm seeing it everywhere.
It's pretty good. Like when I was building this, I'm like, man, that's perfect for this deck. All right, so now we're going to go close range combat. I have 2.
And I have 1.
All right, so it's going to take another 1. And I'm going to deal 2 to your agent. And I think the next round of close range is going to finish them both off, right?
Yes. All right. Well, Victor Klemper, we hardly knew you. And I've got no agents left to investigate the site.
He was kind of an asshole anyway.
All right. Well, then he dies alone in the discard pile. Moving to debriefing, I have 7 cards, so no discard.
A token gets taken off Eddie Van Blunt. So Scully is.
Steven is giving me the high sign here. We may have missed something.
No, you didn't. Nathan, I just wanted to point out part of Van Blunt's effect was that you could have moved him into the field during deployment. It would have applied -1, though. At that point, David had 6. I mean, it wouldn't have killed it, but you still would have had to play it. Nevertheless, I was just like waiting for you to be like, oh, now I'm going to move Scully out anyway.
I actually forgot about that part of his effect.
It's all good.
Yeah, I wondered about that. Yeah. So, a question about that: could Nathan have moved Scully only during the deployment phase, or could he have displayed her?
I mean, basically, like the same flow of the same flow of the round. Yeah, that was the idea.
I actually could have could have sent Scully to the hospital here.
I mean, you could have done
if I
that.
played it right. So
Could have done
my
that.
misplay gets David another kick at the cat next turn. So
Yeah. But
maybe
David,
they would have.
out, I was waving my hands like nobody's business. It was a couple of rounds ago, but by that time, I was like, Nathan answered the question, and I was like, all right, I give up. You made that. You somehow made that same skill check with Spiller and Couts, and I was like, how is he doing that? And then Nathan answered, and I'm like, I quit. I was like, I tried to stop it. Somehow you got a medical 4 skill check with only 3, and I was like, don't know how you did it. It was with the medical clinic from Eve. Yeah, I think your plan was to probably use the witness, but you'd already used all 3 of them on the other site that was going on.
So you're saying you didn't have enough medical to do the skill check?
Yeah, and I was trying, but I was like, hey, look at the freaking computer. But then you answered the question. I was like, well, you can't unring that bell. So I just gave up.
So that wasn't the penalty question, though.
It wasn't the penalty question.
Oh, okay.
It was when he was investigating 2 sites, one with Scully and Millar, the Chinatown,
right,
and then the medical clinic from Eve, which was medical 4. But he had Spiller and Couts on that same team. They were the same division. I was like, how is he getting 4? But again, I tried. I was like, look at the camera.
Well, no, it's fine. I should have asked.
But no, it's just like I figured, David, your plan was to use the witness, but then you burned all 3 of them on the other site. So I figured that was your game plan, and then by the time I realized that was what was happening, I was like, oh crap, he doesn't have enough to make it. But oh well.
Shoot, I'm sorry.
I got an extra question out of me, you brigand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's fine. It is what it is.
So. Yeah, I mean, you're one successful site investigation away from finishing the game, Nathan. So yeah,
it's Warren James Dupree.
You still have to ask.
David somehow managed to win and you knew the X-Files. Like, ouch!
I know
that was not a clean win.
Could happen. He's got plenty of conspiracy points to play with.
It could, yeah.
All right, should we get back to it?
Yeah, finish it up, guys.
All right.
So yeah, Eddie Van Blunt is over. You've got Scully back.
Great.
I forgot to move her. Oh well. All right. So we're in debriefing. I only have 4 cards.
I have 7, so I'll discard.
All right. So I'll draw my 1 for the turn. I don't even remember putting that in this deck. I'll add my 6 resource points and go up to 11. I might as well. I'll blow up the alien stiletto too and add 10. And it gets removed from the game. So I'm going to be at 21, and I'm going to pay 5 to draw 5, putting me at 16. And before I do that, actually, so I was at 21. Before I do that, I'm going to pay 4 and go down to 17. There we go. And play additional resources. Search through my bureau deck, select an agent with cost of 4 or less. Add this agent to your team of agents in the bureau section. If this card is negated, remove it as well as the selected agent from the game. And then during the briefing phase, I have to play X plus 1 upkeep or discard this card in the selected agent. I'm assuming that means X is the cost of the agent normally. So I'm going to go, is that right, judges?
Yes.
Okay.
And the thumbs up.
So I'm going to go get Nemhauser. There he is. He's going to go to the bureau. Here's another question for the judges. On this card, do I have to pay the upkeep this turn?
No, you just pay for the card.
So and then subsequent turns, I'm going to have to pay 3 or
Right.
this card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That is an awesome. I mean, this is the first time I've ever seen this card played. So, points for you on that one, Nathan.
I told you you'd be seeing some new stuff out of this.
I only have one copy of that card.
So Nemhauser, I don't know. Do I get to use his game effect too? Well, it's a passive.
Neil wants to sound in on that one.
I don't think so.
No, you don't.
Okay.
It would be awesome because I mean, you got Patterson out there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, yeah, that should not be in this deck then. I thought he got the bonus. Okay, and then
You know which similar card you can use Agent's Game Effect? Marita's Overture.
Assigned to the X-Files? Oh, Marita's Overture.
Nope, wait. Oh, actually, wait. I think you can't. No, with Assigned to the X-Files? I don't. I'm drawing a blank.
I think assigned to the X-File, you still need to keep the 20 cost limit for the total of the team with assigned to the X-Files, I think.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you're probably not. Yeah. So it's like you have to kind of go in with a shorthand. With a short.
Well, you can. It's a killer card, so you can only play Assigned to the X-Files when an agent is removed from the game.
Well, but maybe next week.
Yeah, but then I'm going to pay 5 anyway and go down to 12 to draw.
And that's
5.
smart using it in what is possibly going to be the final round, so you don't even have to worry about the upkeep later on. Which, yeah, brilliant move on that. Has that card been in your hand for a while?
No, I literally just drew it.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'd love to take credit for the strategy, but dumb luck.
Yeah, because it was like if I draw that at the beginning of the game, I'm like, that's going to be a lot to upkeep throughout, what would be a long game. But yeah, it's one of those you kind of want it to come in later.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So I've drawn cards. It's your turn to buy and sell, David.
Okay, well. Here we go. Keep a few cards just in case somehow I survive this round. So I'm going to sell Gerald Schnauz's RV for 2 and Dr. Alexander Ivanov for 3, so 5. And then I'm going to use 2 from my rejuvenating caves for 20.
My God, that is a lot of conspiracy. There's going to be like a dark angel headed my way or something.
And I'll buy 5 cards. Unbelievable.
Doesn't sound like it went well. All right. No healing, no requisition, deployment. I will send Nemhauser to the field with the rest of this crew. And I'll pay 2, go down to 10. To play Virgil and Canto's Apartment, it is a computer and affiliation question.
Computer, eh?
Computer?
Computer? And what is your computer?
Yeah, so I think it is just 4. It is just 4. Hedon has 3 computer, Pastor has 1 computer.
Okay. I have one bluff. Hold on. 2 bluffs.
Okay. Well, you know I'm investigating it, so let's see him. I'll send everybody there.
Okay, so I don't know if this counts. One bluff is Mrs. Peacock. Force your opponent to discard 1 witness resource in play. That doesn't count toward your agents, though, does it? Is he
No.
technically a witness? No.
An additional resource is just an event resource.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we can bring the judges in, but I don't think that's gonna work.
No, it's not.
It's not, David. You don't need to pay for it if you're not going to use it. So you can put that back.
Okay, back up to 15, and I'll just
Discard it. Yeah.
not being
Good try,
used.
though. Yeah. What's the other bluff?
What's the other bluff? Here we go. The Gulag Bird.
Oh no! What does the Gulag Bird do?
Place this card beneath an agent to move them to a section of the table designated the Gulag. Place 3 tokens on the agent, 2 if played on Alex Krychek. Remove 1 token during each of your opponent's debriefing phases. While in play, the agent may not contribute to any skill checks. All equipment attached to the imprisoned agent is immediately discarded. Discard this card when the last token is removed. I'm going to put this on your computer 3 guy.
Yeah. So he's heading to the Gulag.
Indeed.
So how many? I would draw the 1 computer site that I have in this deck for my final site. So stupid. So he gets 3 tokens on him. Is that right?
Is this the one where it was 3 and we decided on 2, or that's a different one? Oh, that was the hazardous waste site one. Okay. So yeah, 3 tokens on the agent.
Okay. And he's got to stay there until they're removed.
Or unless you find a shiv.
And they're removed in debriefing. Is that right?
Correct. My debriefing. Yeah.
Okay.
And that is a cost of 6. Played it face down. Hold on. Steven's going to correct us on this.
His debriefing, not yours.
Oh, his debriefing. I thought it was
Yep.
mine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Carry on.
Oh, by the way, Hedon's a woman, so you guys have been saying he the whole time.
Oh.
That's all good. Just saying. Figured I'd correct you on that at some point.
Wrong pronouns.
If anyone's watching who's got, very, heavy in the gender politics, they might have a problem with it. Just kidding. Kidding.
I'm just going to do them, they. I can't lose.
Them, they. There you go. They should have done that with the cards, but a lot of the cards, especially in Premiere, just assume all the players are men. So,
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
All right, here we go.
Okay. So I failed the site. And then we'll go to debrief, take a token off there. And I have to discard 1 card. It's going to be Elaine Tanner.
All right, I have 8. So I will discard. Steven.
By the way, David, you forgot to pay for that kick-ass bluff.
Oh, it was 5.
I also forgot to add my 1 resource point from Hudak, so I'm going to do that.
Sure.
You got something out of it, right?
Yeah. So that'll put me at 11 resource. And yeah, I think we're all good for you to take your turn.
I still need the discard, and this is
okay.
1. but I still think I am kind of teetering on the edge. But some of these might have use later. So some might criticize for discarding a site, but I'm going to discard the oil refinery in Alberta, Canada. And unless there's anything else, I will start my turn.
Have at it.
All right, I'll draw for turn. Where was that when I needed it? Generate res. I get 2 from Millar and 2 from Scully. Puts me at 11. And I need to conserve those points. So I will not purchase any. Turn to you for conspiracy.
Let's see. I'll discard Watch Out, get 1 conspiracy, and I will use that to draw a card. Back to you.
All right. Healing phase. 2 off of Cots and 1 off of Spiller. Deployment's going to stay as is. And for case assignment, we're going to Virgil Encanto's apartment in Cleveland, Ohio. That is a computer 4 and affiliation.
I have no bluffs.
Okay. And we'll deploy Mike Millar to the site. And I have a couple cards to play here. Going to play Dr. Lisa Iannelli. Adds 1 to a team's computer skill check. That costs 2, so I'll take that down. And I'm also going to play Dr. Shannon for 3. That adds 2 to a team's medical or 1 to a team's computer. So for the site is computer 4. I have 3 on Millar and then an additional 2. So I've got 5 for the site.
All right. Well, we're going to throw down the living machine
There it is.
on the computer side. Go down to 3 conspiracy.
There's a little bit of glare on the card there. Refresh my memory.
Yeah. So this is a skip long range combat, close range 4, health 7, and agents have to use their computer skill as their value in close range.
Oh, well, that works in my favor a little
It
bit.
does. It does, but I still think he has health 4 or 5.
He has health 4 and computer 3, but do the 2 witnesses contribute to that? No, I'm getting a no on that.
Yeah.
So my close range is 3 and my health is 4.
All right. So he's gonna get wiped from the site, and living machine is gonna go to my discard pile.
Damn you, Skynet.
That episode is just so horribly riffing on Terminator.
All right. Well, not very well played on my part. There we go. And I have 5, so no discard.
All right, I'm at 6. All right. So my turn. I will draw. Do I even want to keep Nemhauser around? Well, I guess that depends. Do I get his res?
No.
Oh, why not?
I'm going to triple check. So we're bringing those judges in.
Yeah.
That was, I was deer in the headlights, but I'll trust Guillaume on that.
Let me just check. I'm going to check the manual right away because I think it does say something about that at somewhere. But because I'm sure that the agent cannot contribute his game effect, so I don't think he should be able to contribute his res as well.
So I thought if you well, I guess the question is there a difference between like adding them to, like, I know if you have agents in your deck, right, and you play them for one turn and then they get discarded.
Yep.
No game effect. You obviously don't have res in that situation.
Right, because those agents don't come in until the deployment phase, so you're
right.
It's kind of a non-issue. But here, I'm kind of because I don't think the rule book's going to cover that because their rules are covering the fact that the agent doesn't come in until the deployment phase. I'm going over to check the thing.
It's
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't spell it out. So I mean, I could
just make a ruling on it. I'm fine either way. We can explore it later.
I say if you're paying for the upkeep, go for it. That's my take on it, but I know it's not a skill. But the thing, the card doesn't really spell it out, unfortunately.
I'd say you only get the skills and the. I'd say you only get the skills, but we'll have to.
Let's just go with that. It's fine in the interest of time.
Well, if you pull a behavioral site, it'll be worth keeping him out there. Or, well, no, he has criminal and evidence too, so, yeah.
The thing is, I don't even, I have plenty of behavioral. I have 5 between the other agents, so 6 between the other agents. So I think I'm just going to let him go bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those cards where you have to, I don't know, just kind of, you have to let the, you and your opponent kind of reach a consensus on it, because it's kind of one of those things where the rules are just not there to help you, I'm afraid.
Yeah. So I'll take it's 2, 3, I'll take my 5 res then and go up to 16. And I'll draw let's draw 6 cards. 6. Let's draw 5. So it'll put me at 11. 4, 5. All right, David.
All right, I will sell 2 cards. First is SWAT Tactical Gear for 6.
Nice.
Judges, I'm going to send you to the back here.
We were having fun.
Yeah. 6, and then Dr. Daniel Trepkos for 2 for a total of 8. And what the heck? I'm going to draw 8. All right. Back to you.
All right, so no healing, no requisition. Stay in the field. I'll play pay 2 to play Marion, Virginia. Go down to 9. That is a behavioral and result site.
Okay. Four bluffs. That was a good draw, baby.
4 bluffs. Yeah, okay. I'll send everybody.
Why not? Right?
Yeah. I mean, you have so many cards to discard anyway. Probably half of them are not even real bluffs. So let's find out. So it's behavioral 4 and up. I'm going to get a resource point back from Hudek. And I currently have 6 behavioral at the site.
Okay. So fake bluff there, Dr. Vitagliano. Fake bluff, Jason Nichols, a witness, and Dr. Blockhead. And then a real bluff, trial run. Play this card to add 2 times your conspiracy pool, where X is the number of witnesses in your discard pile.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 witnesses.
So you add 20 to your conspiracy pool.
20 to my conspiracy pool.
Holy cow. Well, you got the money. You got the money.
Oh, and that bluff cost 1, so 29.
Of course.
All right, yeah. I got nothing else.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I guess your X file.
That was just for fun.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I thought there was going to be an onslaught of conspiracy stuff coming at me here, because that is just an insane amount of conspiracy. I'll guess your X file, Warren James Dupree.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
wow.
Warren James Dupree.
That's going to be shocking if it's something else. So.
Well, David, you get the win for most conspiracy points I've ever seen.
Yeah, me too. Holy cow.
It's worth.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I wish you had something like any adversary at that point just to make use of that. But I got to commend you. That's brilliant use of, discarding witnesses right and left for, that's what that card's good for. Well done.
Yeah, and you did not just discard them for a CP. You actually used them several times during your investigation, and they did prove to be really useful at some point. So, yeah.
I am noticing a pattern where he basically just, every time he gets Larry Steen, he's gone. That guy is conspiracy fodder, it seems. But he costs, 4 or something, so I get it. But, yeah, you have 2 of them in there, so he just keeps getting repeatedly discarded.
Yeah, so great news. I got plenty of sights and plenty of witnesses, which is exactly what I wanted to do.
You just had no CP cards, really. It seems.
No, there's CP cards in here somewhere. That last draw where what did I draw, like 8 cards? It was all witnesses and sights. I'm like, who shuffled this deck?
Yeah,
this is terrible.
And I was thinking like, well, there's no way this investigation is going through. You just had so many cards.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping. Yeah, it's like at this point he's had all these RP cards come up at some point. I was like hoping this last round is like finally this is where he's going to get all conspiracy cards because just how the shuffling, played out. But oh well, good try, Dave. I mean, you got like 3 or 4 questions in there, so you got pretty close. So nice job.
Here's witnesses, Langley, sight.
Yeah, where are all of the CP cards? Good Lord. Keep
Here's
going.
Extended sentence. That would have helped me keep that guy in the gulag for a little bit.
Yeah.
I was.
Oh my gosh.
I think I did put one shiv in here somewhere. There it is. Shiv.
Way at the bottom.
It wasn't coming for a while.
So, I tried looking at the rule book about the question, Nathan, you had about Nemhauser res being used.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really say specifically, but on page 15, it does say that a purchased agent may contribute as normal agent for most of your turn. But in that case, the agent is played during the deployment phase, so the res would not be in question, but it does say that the game effect is not used. So I think since additional resource basically allows you to keep that agent, but for the same, it's like you purchase the agent during the deployment and then you can keep him using additional resource. But I think in that sense, you should not be able to use the res.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go. I can't argue one way or the other. I mean, it's just one of those gray areas that doesn't have an answer. But yeah, leave it to the Truth Is Out There edition to come up with yet another card that leaves us scratching our head, like you assassinated.
The picture on that card doesn't make any sense either.
Yeah, it's not a great. I mean, yeah, you have all the things they could have pulled that. It's like, yeah, how are you getting an extra agent from a photograph of a bite mark on someone's back? It's not applicable.
David, the X file was the central operating system.
Nice theme there. Well done.
Very
some symmetry there.
Yep. Yeah. Well,
file deleted.
That calls back to my last game with Guillaume. My X file was Eugene Victor Toombs, and I owned his team with Squeeze. So yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. It's nice how those themes work out well for in the course of the game. I love that. That's like one of my favorite parts of the game when the cards like work with their respective episodes.
Yeah. So actually, I don't think we had too much to change here on any of the cards.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys can come up with a way to shorten the text for Van Blunt, so I can squeeze in that. But I mean, it's not one of those things that I can live without it. It's like the NA is across the board, so it's kind of like, yeah, it's obvious there's no combat, but I mean, I would have liked to have gotten that sentence in there so it's consistent with all the other adversaries that don't initiate combat. But again, just too many words, not enough room for them all.
Yeah. I'm just trying to take a look at other cards we saw. Yeah, I don't.
Feather McHugh was really helpful as well.
Yep.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I'm a big fan, especially in this combat-oriented Bill Patterson team.
Yeah. I don't recall ever seeing a game where Tillman was played, so I was like, he must have a lot of combat cards in his deck. Sure enough, most of them went out as fodder, but still. That was cool to see, though.
And it was awesome seeing Patterson's effect, because I used Patterson during my last game with Steven, and I did not use his effect. And we were thinking, basically you need to have an equipment card to be able to fully use this Patterson effect, but I did not consider using him after playing an adversary, because then you already had one agent who was wounded.
Right.
So yeah, that was great.
Because otherwise, you're waiting for an instance where they've divided their agents up among multiple sites, and you know, no, that was good, brilliant strategizing there. Because it's like, it's like the adversary cleared the way for
like you don't want Patterson to die on this team because he's your primary resource generator.
Yep.
And you know, you take him out of here, and you're failing any behavioral skill check cards you've got in here. You can basically pass evidence collection and criminal investigation with the other agents, and that's it.
So, and that one computer site.
Yeah, the one computer site.
So
I didn't want to get too aggressive.
Get negated, I believe, is X the only card that can negate him?
I don't actually know.
Because X only negates adversaries?
Yeah, he just negates any. I mean, because he's.
Oh no! It says as if he were an adversary with the appropriate activator. So X would work
with the appropriate activators, which I'm assuming is just referring to conspiracy and whatever the site characteristic is. But yeah, given that, it's like you can't hit him with like David couldn't throw back a Dr. Blockhead or anything to get him. It would have to be just basically X, unless I'm thinking of it, forgetting something else in there.
Which is why I put.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, the exterminated
in here.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like insult to injury, throwing out Lula Phillips after all that was done. So
I know,
which you did, Steven.
I did that too. I did that exact same thing. Oh, that wasn't with Squeeze though; it was in a different round. But Lula Phillips got some play in my game too, so it is a good card, and it's the first time I used it as well. But yeah, like David, as you said, it's like that card is cropping up a lot as of late.
Well, it's nice to come out of a playtest and not have really any changes to make.
Yeah, that's good.
Accomplished.
Yeah, so we got to do it again because we didn't. I mean, we saw. I mean, I think pretty much all the cards we saw. I think we've seen, except for Van Blunt, we've seen pretty much most of the cards that were played tonight in previous playtests. So
I was hoping to get an Eboa out there, but it wasn't in the cards, so to speak.
Which one?
Yeah, Samuel
that was
Eboa.
Still fun. Watch though, nonetheless. Especially because you guys are playing like Truth is Out There cards and other cards that we don't normally play. So I was like, if nothing else, we're seeing some good cards in action.
David, I had my two Elaine Tanners. There we go. But you kept on playing sites that had all the activators I needed for my adversaries. So I never wound up using it.
So two questions that I think came up during one of our last game with Steven. And basically, first, because of Patterson's effect, because Patterson's effect basically allows you to use an agent's game effect while you're the conspiracy player. And most agents' game effect, I think you can only use them while you're the investigating player. But then what do we do with agents like Kresge? Are you allowed to use his game effect while you're either the investigating or the conspiracy player? Because it doesn't say so on the card. And Patterson kind of sets the precedent.
There it is. Wouldn't be a game with David without that cat. Sorry, Guillaume. Go. I didn't mean to interrupt, but
I think I was basically done.
Yeah, it's like until 1013 came along, it was a pretty I mean, they started laying the groundwork with Assassinated and Truth is Out There. But before 1013 came along, it was pretty much a given that agents' game effects are only being used during the investigating round. But then you get a card like Patterson, and then the Scully set comes out with Bonacese, who is going to send an agent from the opposing team back to the Bureau, kind of like basically a Section Chief McGrath on Bonacase's effect. So, suddenly you got agent cards with conspiracy effects on them. So it's at this point, I'm like, I could say, you can use Kresge. I've changed my position in that, you can use Kresge's game effect during the during the conspiracy round, even though it's not faithful to the episode by any stretch. Bonacese and Patterson, yes, it's faithful, but Kresge, it's not. Personally, I'm never going to do that during the conspiracy phase, but if my opponent does, I'm like, I can't argue against it. They've established that precedent with Patterson and Bonacese, but you gentlemen weigh in. Guillaume and I have already talked about it.
Yeah, well, I haven't. It's hard for me to weigh in because I haven't actually seen the Scully agent. I haven't looked at the wording on the Scully card to see what exactly it says. Patterson says he basically acts as an adversary with the activators. Yep. So that to me could be a distinction there, but I need to look at the Scully thing. I also, my dog is going crazy here. I got to take her out. So I'm going to sign off, guys.
All right. So next week.
Next week sounds good.
Killer card.
Let's tentatively. Well,
tentatively we'll do
Guillaume
something.
And David, if you guys are going to play it, yeah, it doesn't really matter. But I need to check my schedule and make sure.
Yeah,
we have so much going on next weekend. I need to make sure I'm around. So,
but we'll probably do something. It just may not be a play test. We may just have to skip a play test and just have a regular game.
Yeah, but I'm down to do a killer play test at some point.
All right, so maybe the following week, but you guys check your schedules on that. So maybe we'll look at killer cards for July 9th if everyone's free that weekend.
Cool.
Sounds good.
All right, go walk the dog, Nathan.
See you, fellas.
Congrats on the win.
Bye, Nathan.
See ya.
Take care.
Congratulations. Great game, Nathan. Thank you.
Yeah, that was fun, David. Appreciate it. All right, adios.
Bye.
See ya. Well, David, do you want to weigh in on that? I mean, for what it's worth. If you have Kresge on your team, are you going to use that token during the healing phase?
I'm still a little confused about Kresge. And,
yeah.
I know you've explained it to me a dozen times, and I get it. It's kind of an odd one, so I don't know.
It is. I mean, they were just starting to really kind of do different things with those agents. Not all of them good, as the Scully set, mostly shows. But yeah, and Assassinated was kind of like the first indication of them going with the idea that you can use your agents as bad guys, even though I don't agree that should have been a thing. So it's therefore I don't like Assassinated for more reasons than one, aside from it being, a fatal blow to one of my, some primary witness resource cards of mine. Yeah, I don't so much the idea of an agent being used, as a conspirator. That's not the show. I mean, Patterson and Bonacese and Krychek being three exceptions.
Blevins as well.
Yeah, Blevins too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's interestingly, I'm trying to think, because Blevins' game effect, that was written before he was ever revealed to be, working for the conspirators, interestingly enough. Because
I think maybe since in some of those scenes the cigarette smoking man was there, like in the pilot, maybe.
Oh yeah, he was the pilot. So yeah, that's true. You could kind of infer that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't get that inference. I didn't catch that at all. I mean, I just because he's always in Skinner's office all the time too, and Skinner obviously was above reproach by and large. So yeah. Yeah, Blevins, I never occurred to me because when he was unveiled as a bad guy in Redux 2, I was like, what the hell? So yeah. But it made sense, of course. It's if it's going to be anyone, it might as well be a familiar character. So.
Or maybe the game designers had a spoiler.
They were already out before season 5 came around. The game was defunct by that point because that was or wait, maybe I'm wrong. That was October of 97. No, October 97. That's probably around the time they were on their way out the door. So, yeah.
But Blevins had already been created.
Blevins had been created in the pilot, but the knowledge that he was actually conspiracy, that wasn't revealed until October of 97. But yeah, the game was on its way. And the Blevins card had been written in 96, basically. But yeah, interesting though. I was like, kudos on that call, guys. But yeah, he was a genuine conspirator. So anyway, but yep, fun stuff.
And I did have some ideas for future cards while
Now, did you
watching
have a
that
second
game.
question? Because I thought you said you had two questions. One was
Oh yeah. Well, the second question was because David, you discarded Leonard, and I think Stephen and I came up with a hypothetical situation. What would happen if one of your agents was abducted and placed in your bureau deck 10 cards down, and
oh
then
man,
at some point you played Leonard, which would, unless a witness card comes up, you keep discarding, and the agent card comes up during that discard. Do you think the agent card should be returned to your hand, or should the agent be put in the discard pile?
I would
Well,
say
of course.
discard.
Of course, the guy who's a big fan of killer cards would lean towards that.
And so, yeah, we figured that's a situation where it's almost like a killer card, but without actually being one. But
Right.
it does prevent you from using your agent from, I think, well, from the whole game, because basically in every game that we've played, we've never actually managed to go through a bureau deck to reshuffle. So
yeah, it'd be cool if that ever happened, but dang, I would not want to be the player who loses the agent like that, because there ain't no getting it back at that point. I mean, granted, unless you could grid pattern search it and get it back.
I was going to say you could grid pattern search and try to get it back that way. But
yeah, but gosh, it's like that's
gonna
be
be
the one time grid pattern search never shows up in your, even though you have two of them.
And if it's Mulder and Scully, you have to pay 7 for it for the agents.
Brutal. Yeah, because at that point you have to pay for it. Yeah, there's no way around that. Yeah, so that would hurt. But yeah, it would take some strategic playing though to get that.
Very interesting.
I was like, David, there's just no. I mean, you could put 2 Leonards in your deck, but it's like, yeah, they'd have to come up not right away. They'd have to come up. Well, wait. So
the following turn, maybe.
Yeah. So it would have to work. Yeah, you'd have to hold on. Yeah, you'd have to work it out. It'd have to work out, like clockwork for it to happen. But dang, that would be a big blow to the team. But yeah, I wouldn't, try to build your deck around that one effect happening.
No. And another question that I had for future cards, I have not actually created cards using that, but I was thinking about what would you guys think about witness cards, but for conspiracy players? Would that be applicable? Because in the rulebook, it does say that witnesses can be used. Well, it says during your investigation. But we started kind of, with season 4 using those witnesses, which can be used during your turn as a conspiracy player to allow you to play adversaries, like Lieutenant Wilmer, for instance. So what would you guys feel about witnesses, which would be only conspiracy?
Well, I'll tell you another little peek into the. Oh, David, stop recording, would you?
Oh, sure. Let's close it out, ladies and gentlemen. Next weekend is July 4th. It's a U.S. holiday. Nathan has already said he may not make it. So I think on July 2nd, we'll probably just play a normal game with whoever is able to play, and then we'll resume play testing on July 9th, possibly with those killer cards. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching the video, and we will see you next time.
All right. Good night.
Good night.